Hello team, welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video of myself, Jonathan at MS Pearce. This is Ukraine War breaking news update for the very early morning UK time, 14th of November 2025. I really should not be doing this, but it is too impressive not to from a military point of view. It's worth just pointing out that Ukraine is itself getting hammered. Kiev is under immense pressure tonight. High-rise buildings are getting hammered by drones that are hitting and exploding on the side of buildings there. So this is not to say it's all one way, but I just want to show you what's going on in the Black Sea port of Novorossiysk at the moment. Some phenomenal footage coming out from there. Just before I get there, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please like, subscribe, and share. That would be really, really kind. Okay, let's look at where this is on the map first of all. So here we are, the Black Sea, and we are going to zoom in just here to Novorossiysk. This is the port that the Russian Black Sea fleet is now calling home after Sevastopol was rendered, unable to be used effectively because the Ukrainians were hitting it so frequently. And so they moved to Novorossiysk further away. But now the Ukrainians have longer range drones and longer range missiles that they can use. It is not safe itself. So let's go and look at some of these images first of all. I mean, that's an incredible image of a huge explosion there, and it seems that there are at least 2 areas that have been hit, possibly 3, maybe even more, I don't know, but certainly several explosions and fires taking place in Novorossiysk. As you can see there's an explosion there. It might be that same one as the first image. That I think is fire at an oil terminal in Novorossiysk. So here we see the image I was just showing you. It's just an impressive image in terms of the raw destructive power of whatever hit the target here, and probably what was at the target as well. That is, I assume, some serious ammunition that is going up there is my guess. Indeed, here we have Special Kherson Cat saying Novorossiysk, Russia, big mushroom clouds are going up after these strikes. And I'll just see if there's something we can...
Они прям в дом целятся.
Interesting, they don't seem too worried. I mean, I'd be like, oh my goodness. I'd be liberally swearing at that stage. But anyway, there you go. Oh, that's a big explosion just coming in at the end there.
Отойди, сейчас могут... Походу. Ой, Влад, отойди, сейчас могут...
But yeah, the sound not particularly caught there. But here we see, mushroom cloud has developed over the Russian barracks in Novorossiysk. This is very likely missile fuel burning from the destroyed Russian air defense battery. It's likely a S-300, S-400 tasked to shield the city. Which, if that is true, then, and you might think, oh, well, that's... it's not... Those targets are not the eventual targets. They're not the primary targets, but you need to take these out in order to hit the primary targets. Taking out an S-300, S-400 air defense system then allows you free reign to hit all sorts of other things in Novorossiysk. Ukrainians must have struck that target first before hitting the oil facilities, clearing the way. Professional. And that's kind of the point I was making there. Okay, so here, Novorossiysk, Russia, big mushroom clouds after the strikes, and then a bit of a geolocation here. The Russian S-300, S-400 air defense position is located in the direction of the strike. Perhaps it was a target, so not for sure knowing what was hit there, but it kind of is plausible that what you see here was a battery. I mean, look at that. There's an awful lot of kit there that could well be going up in flames right now. It'll be super useful if it's an entire battery, my goodness, and all the components concerned with it. Now, I don't know if this is a separate incident here, but another explosion in Novorossiysk, as you can see. Now that could be the same. I don't know, or it could be a separate explosion. I don't know if that's the same sort of mushroom cloud or just a different angle though. So you're going to have different lighting. Anyway, not entirely sure. Here we have another explosion, or the same explosion from a different angle. Let's have a look at this one, and you can see, yeah, the flames thereafter, which could denote that that's the oil terminal there. So it could be a different explosion. So I'm not sure here. Igor Sushko says an oil terminal at the port of Novorossiysk was struck by Ukraine on the Black Sea coast. So he's thinking that that is an oil terminal, and that seems pretty plausible to me. Indeed, the second target in Novorossiysk, says Tendar, are the Russian barracks in the south of the city. The large explosion indicates a potential hit of ammunition there. So that was that explosion that I just showed you. That appears to be at a barracks, potentially housing ammunition. Then Jason J. Smart here says Ukraine reportedly hit a Russian military base and a caliber ammo depot. So that could be what was going up there. Now, that makes a lot of sense, because caliber cruise missiles are ones often sent from ships, basically from the ships and submarines. They'll be based at Novorossiysk, so there will be caliber cruise missiles based there. Strikes also hit the Shescaris oil terminal, one of Russia's key Black Sea export hubs. As Moscow targets homes, Ukraine is hitting the war machine. So it looks like there is oil infrastructure that's been hit, as well as potentially ammunition, missile ammunition, maybe S-300, S-400 air defense systems. So yeah, just some significant activity going on in Novorossiysk. There you can see the sheer scale of that explosion. This here looks like port infrastructure on fire, or oil infrastructure at the port there. That's, I think, what's generally thought to be burning in this particular. Sorry, I hadn't changed it here. You've got port infrastructure supposedly on fire there, as you can see. So I think that's probably oil there. Indeed, they say, Euromaidan Press says, the Chernomor Transneft oil terminal is on fire in Shescaris in Novorossiysk after an aerial strike. The facility, 300 to 400 kilometers from the front line, is a key Transneft export node. So Transneft is the transport of oil and gas entity. So that looks like that is burning there, and that has been geolocated by Tendar here. Visual confirmation that the oil facilities have been successfully hit. Gives the coordinates. This is also an endpoint for Russian pipelines, making it practically for the Russians to be the worst spot of a missile strike. So potentially very successful strike for the Ukrainians here. The Shescaris oil transshipment terminal is big, flammable, and located just across the bay from Novorossiysk, adjacent to the naval base that currently hosts most of Russia's Black Sea fleet. I do wonder about hitting the fleet. I mean, I think they're generally moored out in the bay more. So I wonder how easy it would be for the Ukrainians to hit them. And just finally here, some more imagery just in general, in case I've missed any. Port of area of Novorossiysk on fire. Various bits of footage are out on the socials. I'm sure that tomorrow will bring more imagery and more information about what has been hit, but I'd say probably 2 or 3 separate locations have been hit at Novorossiysk. But also remember that there's a lot of activity in Kiev as well. Indeed, yeah, fire. That's Novorossiysk there, but a lot of conversation about Novorossiysk, but also equally a lot of conversation about Kiev. So here are images of Kiev that has been, you've had a number of high-rise buildings, as I mentioned at the front end of the video, have been hit in Kiev. So you can see a difference between how the Ukrainians go about their strikes and how the Russians go about their strikes there. Anyway, that's enough from me. I need to get some sleep now, but I thought I'd share these pretty impressive videos and images with you, and it's interesting because it's really timely given the video I released earlier this evening, where I was quite hopeful about what Ukraine are able to achieve at the moment in terms of distant strikes, because they appear to have finally got at least some kind of scale of manufacturing for flamingos, for Leoties, for bars, for Neptunes. They've got this range of munitions that they can use, the weapons they can use against the Russians, and apparently they are. I mean, apparently you can see it here, but according to Syrsky, the commander-in-chief, they have increased their effectiveness of these weapons, so they really have been using them effectively. I did a whole video on that, and then lo and behold, just a mere few hours later, and Ukraine is doing the same and some. Anyway, that's enough from me. As I say, take care of yourselves. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will speak to you soon. Toodle pips.